Out of bounds.
And we all know that's a flag.
They're going to be trotting forward. Good field position yet again for Upper Dauphin to start possibly the last drive of this second quarter. But with how fast this game is going, Colin, we might be seeing a next possession from Millersburg. Both teams getting some traction in this contest and just piecing the plays, piecing the puzzles together, if you will. Actually, they're going to re-kick.
The Trojans have elected to make Millersburg re-kick.
Going to back up to, I believe, the 35-yard line.
We are back online here. We apologize for technical difficulties that kicked us off the air for a brief period of time. Here is that re-kick now from the Indians, and it's going to be fielded on the hop here by the Trojans. They're going to run towards the far side of the field here. Only a couple men to beat, almost brought down. Still on his feet is that Trojan returner. Brought down smack dab at midfield.
Great field position for Upper Dauphin as they wanted to draw that up, and they did exactly that.
Back online once again. Thank you for sticking with us. As the Trojans are readying for offense here once again. 3:49 remaining in the second quarter of action here. We'll see what the Trojans come to the line with now. Ayers. And I believe that's going to be an offsides on Millersburg as they were drawn off by that man in motion.
Flag on the play.
Because that's going to be a false start against the Trojans.
First down and 15.
That's what makes us such a great team here, Danny and I.
I believe everybody was confused on the field because the Indians were backing up, the Trojans were backing up, so they didn't know where the ball was going to be marked, but an offsides on the offense results in the Trojans being the only one having to reverse field.
Nonetheless, you're back here. First down and 15 to go here for the Trojans as Ayers is going to roll out and look to throw this one, and it's going to hit the ground before the receiver's hands and fall incomplete.
Looked like Ayers was on his back foot yet again and result in a short throw just out of the reach of the intended receiver.
Second down now. Second and 15 for the Trojans. Here's Ayers once again looking to throw. He's going to roll towards the near side, and it's going to slip right through the hands of that receiver there. Tyler Cleveland.
Yeah, and Cleveland beating himself up on that one. Out of the hands of him, but that'll bring up a 3rd and 15. Big third down play here for the Indians as they just try to bounce back. Big last possession for them.
Could be a big third down hold here for Millersburg if they are able to stifle the Trojans here. And it's going to be faked up the middle here, but Millersburg is on top of it, and they down him, and they believe they have the football on a fumble here.
See what they decide to do on this one. It looks like they will just bring up a 4th down. So no decision about a fumble, but you always see that in football. The other team comes up and they're saying they have the football, the ball's in their hand, but the referee's a little bit smarter than those high schoolers out there on the field.
Most scenarios, yes, as the Upper Dauphin Trojans will go for it on 4th down here. Very unconventional, as it's going to be a fake, and it's going to be a hold by Ayers, and Ayers is going to get licked as he throws this one. Receiver tries to come back to the throw, but it is incomplete.
That's due to that pressure right up the middle from the Indians, putting the hit stick on airs as he comes up now holding his arm. But now the Indians, great field position to start this, what could be the last possession of the first half.
See what they can do, getting great field position to start this drive here. They are in Trojan territory at about the 48-yard line. Short field.
And 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first half. Methodically work down the field, string some big running plays. Yet again, you might be seeing a lot of Chance Crawford on this drive.
Here is the first down play for the Indians. Harmon checking with head coach Aaron Wright on the sidelines. Harmon now has it. He's looking to throw, but he's going to rather keep it instead. Dancing around in the pocket here. Plenty of defenders around him. He's going to throw this one. It's going to be caught! Great throw there with pressure.
Logan Troutman coming up big on the end of that one yet again for Millersburg. Just working down the field. You wouldn't have expected that on that play.
Being able to find that receiver there with so many Trojans trailing you like that? Wow.
Like Harmon moved out to the outside. You're talking about him not afraid to take any hits, but he's also not afraid to work on the run, throw on the run even at that. The clock begins to tick yet again. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go now before halftime.
Say first and goal it looks like here for the Indians. It will be. Clock's rolling. Looking to make a statement here before the half for the Indians. Here's Harmon going towards the end zone, and that one is good. Ramalama Ding Dong put one on the board for the Indians.
Logan Marshall adding to the scoreboard for Millersburg. Wide open, one-on-one, working against Tyler Cleveland. A little bit of a push-off at the end, but referees did not signal anything on that one as Marshall 2 feet in. Professional touchdown right there, getting back on the scoreboard.
Great catch here as the Indians are clawing back into this ball game here. An extra point can make this a 10-point contest. We'll see how it goes. They may line up to go for 2 here. Looks like that might be the case. Harmon is on the field, and that's what they will do. Harmon now working towards the far side of the field. He's going to dump this off on a screen look and get absolutely leveled. So no 2 points for the Indians here as the score remains Trojans 35, Indians 24. Stick around for the rest of the second quarter action as well as the rest of the game here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week.
High school football is back on CUTV. Brownsville versus Bentworth. Upper Dauphin versus Millersburg. Charleroi versus Fraser. California versus Washington. Bell Vernon versus Greensburg-Salem. Elizabeth Ford versus North Catholic. Carmichaels versus Union. Ringgold versus West Mifflin. Beth Center versus Fraser. Catch all of the action on your home for high school football. CUTV, California University Television.
Back here just in time for the kickoff to the Trojans as it's going to be fielded a low kick and it's going to be flipped off here. Interesting move you don't see, moving to the far side of the field. Almost broke it there for a touchdown, but brought down by the Indians defenders.
Had some blockers in front of him was Ben Cope, as now he is still down on the football field. Big hit on that one for the Indians, but with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left, we're going to take a official timeout. Training staff yet again coming out in the aid of an injured Trojan.
We wish the best as always here. Another great shot of the crowd here tonight that Danny is so impressed with here. Small Town USA putting on their best dancing shoes here tonight. Looking to be the belle of the ball.
And also in on that far side of the field. You can see quite a few hot rods coming out as it is homecoming here tonight in Upper Dauphin.
Say hi to Dylan, Danny. Hi, folks. Great night here in Elizabethville, Pennsylvania. You are right indeed. It is homecoming, and hopefully Dylan gets some amazing shots of these Corvettes and whatnot coming around the track here.
I hope he will, because there is one hot rod out there that wouldn't mind taking a little ride in. A little halftime show for us down there on the field.
Oh, and take a look at this Corvette here, Danny. He's got the shot.
Man, oh man, that's the one I want. Colin, can we bid on these? Is that possible that we can bid on these?
Oh, I wish, because I've got my eye on this red one right here on the 30-yard line.
And there is one now out of sight of Dylan, I believe, down by, I believe that is Upper Dauphin's field goal post, and it is a beauty with a capital B.
Go ahead and put that on my graduation wish list there. Don't want to put any ideas in the head of Gary Smith, but if he were to get me something pretty for graduation, hopefully it's one of those.
Make it two.
Make it two. Yeah, why not?
Two. Or maybe three. Maybe he'll get some.
One for himself.
One for himself. You know,
only
that's
natural,
obvious.
yeah.
I don't know if I couldn't afford even one. I don't know. Even
Same here.
Put our funds together, we wouldn't be able to.
We'll just share it.
Upper Dauphin Trojan now coming off the field. And that is Zach Rupp.
Great shot of the actual Trojan here, you see.
Big guy. I believe he has a 16-pack. Colin, I would like to have at least 6 of those.
Very sad to see that Tomahawk has not made the trip here tonight. Very upset. I was hoping we were going to get to see Tomahawk tonight, but unfortunately, he has not made the trip.
A little too far for the old Tomahawk to travel down the road.
Oh, he used to travel with us everywhere back in the day. He used to travel with the band, as I was a former marching Indian of Millersburg here, as Ayers is going to throw this one across the middle and complete. Caught and still moving around the field here. Almost knocks the football loose, but he is down in Millersburg territory. Is number 3.
Dalton Boyer. It's the first time Boyer's number has been called in quite some time. He was just running a streak and then switched field. Notice he had a few players, a few Indians in front of him, so reverse field cuts back towards us, the bottom of your screen. Picked up the first down and more. Big chunks there in the under 2 minutes left before halftime.
Upper Dauphin looking to perhaps be the last scorer of the half here. Ayers receives this one. Bit of a low snap here. We got some pressure from the Indians, forcing him to roll to the far side. Tripped up and still finds a way to complete that one. Great effort play there, moving towards the near side. A lot of cutbacks here. Will he find his way into the end zone? He's got one man to beat. He's got a blocker. Good block there. Touchdown, Trojans, and this one keeps getting interesting.
And great block there set for Boyer as he kind of marked the guy out there on the field that he wanted blocked. That was big, number 50, Cody Folcarelli, and just getting into the end zone. Huge play there for the Trojans getting back on the scoreboard. And I mentioned we were going to see 2 more possessions from either side, and that's exactly what we're seeing here before halftime.
High-scoring affair here in Elizabethville. Another instant classic in this rivalry. Not sure if it has a name, but if it does, I'd like to dub it the 209 rivalry. Hopefully that sticks. You have to take Route 209 between these two towns here, as we have a flag on the field.
It's like too many men on the field. One player for the Trojans trotting off. It's Hayden Harner.
Tell you what, Dane, that's a nice ring to it. The more I sit here and think about it, the 209 rivalry.
So me not being very familiar with this area, I thought that you were talking about an area code. I was like, I believe this is still 717.
Right.
So it is still 717 area. So when you said 209, I was a little confused, scratching my head there. But you know, State Route 209 still it has a good ring to it, though. I definitely like that.
Here is the snap, a little bit high, and it's going to be wonky and ultimately no good here for the Trojans. So now the score reads 41 for the Trojans, 24 for the Indians. I promise, folks, we're almost at the half, but make sure you stay tuned here on CUTV.
Action.
We are back here on CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Just about at the half here, a minute 15 left to go before we are able to check out this concession stand here tonight. Hopefully Dylan finds his way over there.
Some good shots of the food. Try this food out because I haven't eaten since I made the trip out earlier today here in Midway, Bedford, PA.
You had a salad, right?
I did with a salad and a little piece of pizza, a little stuffed pizza.
Holder holds that one and is kicked away here to the Indians. They will push up the far side of the field and finding a nice amount of space here and getting very close to their 40.
Stoner's kick returned by number 20.
1:09 remaining in the second quarter of action here. There's a couple of great items over there, we can only hope. I do know that my favorite from back in the day was the French fries.
Making me hungry, Colin.
I'll just hang in there. We are almost there.
A minute and 9 seconds between us and Pay Dirt.
Here is Harmon now throwing out to the far side, and he's going to catch this one and moving up the field. More great run there. Ultimately knocked over the defender there. That's a rough one. Hopefully he can shake that off.
Definitely rough as Duke Bolton came up a little bit shaken up on the play. Another injury timeout. Now Bolton up under his own power.
Just got a chance to pick the 50-50 ticket there in between plays, so something pretty cool you don't see every day.
I believe that's a little conflict of interest there, Colin, because I believe you purchased 50-50 tickets before the game.
I did not. That is false.
Over there in the Open, had a few opportunities too.
Not much of a ticket guy myself here unless it's a ticket to a sports game. But once again, we would like to thank everyone here at Upper Dauphin High for being so welcoming to us. It's been great. We enjoy when people love when we come to their events, and we hope to keep this partnership going in the future. Harmon's got 45 seconds left to go here before the end of the half as he's going to throw this one a little bit short. Incomplete.
Since we were shouting out some people earlier on in this contest, in this broadcast, shout out Riley McGlumphy, my girlfriend. She's watching in here tonight. Little plug.
Little plug. I like it. It's bold.
It is bold, but
it's a good move.
We're shouting it out.
We are.
We have to on the broadcast.
We got so many great people so far. We got J.R. Wheeler, Ethan Shell over there in Guam. We got Riley McGlumphy now. It's a power trio.
That's an all-star cast right there.
Ooh, almost a little bit of an all sides there, but nonetheless, Harmon's going to keep this one, scramble away from the pressure, and he's going to fall short here, and I do believe Millersburg will be taking a timeout.
Brought down by number 71.
And they will.
Smart play on that one, just trying to get back onto the score sheet before halftime. This is something that we didn't see on the collegiate level with head coach Gary Dunn not pushing the pedal, putting his foot to the pedal. Millersburg just trying to get back on to the scoreboard.
Still keeping it relatively close here in this contest. They were behind 10 points were Millersburg, and perhaps if they're able to find a little bit more here before the half, they can keep it interesting.
They definitely could keep it interesting just because of the fact that, both of these teams, they have some momentum. Early on in this contest, they're building this momentum, and now they're just trying to stay true to it and keep that rolling. The second quarter of play, though, Colin, might be interesting.
It's been a great game so far here. We have to enjoy all these high-scoring affairs. I mean, Danny, it's going to be tough for you to cut some highlights for High School Roundup on Tuesday.
Yeah, Gary Smith was talking to us, our producer and director, before. Actually, no, Steve's pushing the buttons now, so Gary gave off the roll.
Steve is pushing the buttons now. You're right.
Gary gave the roll off to Steven Ruffing, and he's experienced. He's one of those guys. He had some practice against with women's soccer.
Big director guy.
Huge director guy. Hopefully he doesn't get that director's neck over there, but he's looking straight on here tonight, so I think he'll be all right. But anyways, we were talking about that before. Just these highlights I'm going to have to cut for High School Roundup. Make sure you stay tuned. You're already on our YouTube channel. Why not come back on Tuesdays as we will be airing that live. But
or you can go watch last week's, or this week's technically, episode of High School Roundup during the half.
Very true. Get yourself all caught up for this week's edition. We do a hometown scoreboard, and Millersburg is on that hometown scoreboard, so you can hear a little bit of commentary as well on our High School Roundup show.
Here's Harmon now. Pressure, and he's going to throw this one, and it's going to be a little short, incomplete, as looks like he quite wasn't on the same page as his receiver.
Yeah, we saw that quite a few times here tonight with Harmon overthrowing his receivers. A little bit, stay out of the weight room just a little bit. What do you say, Colin?
We do have a great new weight room, does Millersburg. Receiving it thanks to a grant from Eric Erdman, who was able to give the entire school a new weight room via his Make-A-Wish campaign. So if you haven't seen it before, you can definitely look it up. It was covered by numerous local media outlets. Fantastic new gym. New gym as well, new equipment, all sorts of things, new bleachers. Eric did it right. So thank you, Eric, if you happen to be listening to this broadcast. Your community appreciates what you did.
It's a great cause as well, and way to help out former high school and just keep these kids in the contest, keep them in the weight room in every single game, trying to become competitors again for this Millersburg team. But for the past 10 years, this Millersburg and Upper Dauphin rivalry fueled with fire, as Millersburg holds a 8-3 record. It's at 7-3 in the Open, but those 2 wins in 2008 changed that just a little bit.
And what a series of events was that 2009 season. But I won't bore you, as here's a punt here from Logan Troutman, as it's going to roll, a great Indians roll here. Clock still winding down, and it'll be touched up with about 10 seconds left to go before the half.
I saw a few more seconds, I believe almost 2 seconds, tick off after the whistles were blown. But nonetheless, we are seeing here tonight Upper Dauphin competing on offense and lighting up the scoreboard. 41 points in this first half of play.
And we, as you said, we are still in the first half of play, so there is 2 more quarters of football action. So hopefully you're enjoying so far here, whether you're an Upper Dauphin alum, Millersburg alum, or high school football fan. We've got you covered here on our first ever edition of District 3 football. Ayers now. He has this one opting to throw here rather than take a knee and get to the half. He's going to sling this one down the field, and defensive break up there for the Indians, potentially saving a touchdown.
Huge play there from Duke Bolton, jumping up and batting that one down to the ground. Indians, big pass breakup, as you mentioned, Colin, passing up a huge opportunity for one last score.
They'll have one more chance here to run whatever it is that their heart desires. 2.4 seconds is what the clock shows here. Really talking this one over, as the Upper Dauphin Band is now in the far left end zone here. Homecoming festivities tonight. We will be covering those, so I guess if you're into homecoming, don't go watch High School Roundup, but put that on your to-do list, because I want you to watch it before you watch next week's episode.
Little homework.
Little homework here on High School Football Game of the Week. So it's going to be a screen pass here, and still running, still finding his way around as this Upper Dauphin receiver, and oh boy, we might have a play and a half here. Still working his way down the field, and knocked to the ground there. Big end to the first half of play. Put an exclamation point on it.
Absolutely huge hit. But nonetheless, competitive game here tonight, Colin. This is what you wanted to see out of District 3 football.
Great game here, and as I said, make sure you stay tuned for homecoming action here. Teams trotting off the field now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Taking the field
Please
now,
welcome to the
directly
field,
right behind them is the Upper Dauphin Marching Band.
Band is proud to present their
So
2018
make sure
competitive field
you
show
stick
entitled
around and
Marching.
enjoy them.
There is no organ more valuable to human life than the heart. In literature,
So
the heart
without
is
further
the
ado,
nucleus
stick
of
around for the
function.
second half
In medicine, the heart
of
is the
action
organ
on
that keeps us alive.
CUTV.
party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back to Upper Dauphin Area High School here, and sit back, relax, and enjoy the sounds of the Upper Dauphin Area Marching Band and the homecoming festivities here this Friday night.
I'd like to recognize the parents of the PTA band boosters for their tremendous support of our program. The band staff, and boosters would also like to thank the faculty, administration, school board, and community of the Upper Dauphin Area School District for its support of the arts and music education.
She's right in front of her, sitting down. Love you. We're leaving.
Is the band ready?
Love you. Thanks for coming.
You may take the field for your performance.
Nice seeing you, sweetie Petey. You take it easy, honey girl. Yeah.
Take care of your sciatica.
I will. See you, Jonathan. You don't mind? Everyone loves it. Oh, sure. See you, babe.
See you.
Take care, go home.
Take care. Take care.
Janie Banani said, Brooke, can hear Janie Banani said, John, better take care of you. Love you. See ya. I don't know, but I wish it was me. Yeah, I'd like to live over there. I'd like to live there. They're sitting out their porch, and I'd be there all the time. I'd have all my friends there, and we'd be drinking beer.
My heart beat so fast, I felt as if I could die.
Yeah, I see it. Looks like a locust.
John got here before.
Yeah, she said, what's my mom? She said, is she walking? I said, I don't know. She said she was. I don't know.
Well, you call me back and tell you the
Well, then I didn't hear my, yeah.
Well, like Mike said.
For sure. Yeah, it's not on anymore. He was so upset when you stopped. He said, I'm telling you.
Tell him I'm back on it now.
No, I didn't. Not, no, not, I think they're gonna do the operation on Monday. We're going up tomorrow. To see her.
How about somebody taking on the fence?
I think one is up here, and one is in the leg. At first they didn't know they were in the leg. Now someone found today, they might do both of them, so I don't know.
Somebody looks cool. Oh, that's a
Your aorta comes in here, and then it goes to this direction here, and then it goes down to the leg. The big one, that's the bus.
Look at the scoreboard.
It's the biggest blood vessel in your body. And it's all going to the side where she had polio. That's the leg that's bad. And then somewhere in her leg,
This year we are again requesting that everyone hold their hugs, flowers, and pictures until after the homecoming ceremony is complete. The court will remain on the field for a few minutes after the Queen is announced for this purpose. Please stay on either side of the cones and the benches so the court and their escorts can proceed safely off of the field to their representative vehicles. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. At this time, we are pleased to introduce the members of the homecoming court and to crown Upper Dauphin Area Homecoming Queen for 2018. The freshman representative on the homecoming court this year is Kiara Barge. Kiara is the daughter of Jamie and Nicole Barge of Lakens. Kiara is on the volleyball team and is a member of student council. Her future plans are to attend college and receive a degree in business and communications. Escorting Kiara this evening is Will Laskowski. The sophomore representative for homecoming court this year is Lily Boyer. Lily is the daughter of Holly Mace and Aaron Boyer of Elizabethville. Lily is on the football, winter, and competition cheer teams. She is also on the track and cross country teams. Lily is also on student council and a member of the Evatum Club and was the freshman representative on the homecoming court last year. Lily's future plans are to attend law school, to earn a degree, to someday become a judge. Lily's escort this evening is Ashton Zaplicki. Morgan Leader from Elizabethville is the daughter of Dan and Leah Armstrong and is one of the junior class representatives of the court. She is on the basketball and softball teams and is also a member of student council. Morgan's future plans are to pursue a career in healthcare and start a family. She is escorted by Indy Miller. Emily Thomas. Emily is the daughter of Adam and Carol Thomas of Likens and is the second junior representative on the court this year. Emily is on the girls' soccer and track teams. She is also a manager of the wrestling team. Emily's future plans are to major in the medical field, and she is escorted this evening by Chase Bond. And now, the senior class homecoming court representatives. Emily Fox from Elizabethville is the daughter of Brian and Crystal Fox. Emily is on the softball team and is also a member of National Honor Society, class vice president, the musicals, and student council historian. Emily's future plans are to attend college for nursing, have a family, and live a happy life. Emily's escort is Tyler Wright. Leah Lenker from Gratz is the daughter of Denny and Lisa Lenker. She is on the volleyball, basketball, and softball teams. Leah is also a member of Trojan Leadership Academy, class president for the last 3 years, a member of National Honor Society, student council vice president, FBLA, and Conservation Club. Leah also serves as co-leader of the Trojan Charge student section. Leah's future plans are to attend Penn State University to study biobehavioral health while enlisting in the Army ROTC, and eventually to attend medical school. Her escort this evening is Colton Gessner. P.S. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Reagan Little. Reagan is the daughter of Jack and Lori Little of Gratz. Reagan is on the volleyball and track teams. She is also a member of National Honor Society, class secretary, Interact Club, Trojan Leadership Academy, and co-leader of the Trojan Charge student section and student council secretary. Reagan's future plans are to major in biology to become an optometrist. Her escort this evening is Colin Martz. Alexia Rohina is from Elizabethville and is the daughter of Alex and Evelyn Rohina. After graduation, Alexia plans to become a dental hygienist. Her escort this evening is Cade Motter.
Check the location.
And to crown the new homecoming queen, we welcome back our 2017 homecoming queen, Gracie Miller. Gracie is the daughter of Bob and Tara Miller of Gratz. And Gracie is attending Penn State to earn a degree in radiology. Gracie also wants to travel the world, start a family, and live a happy life. She is being escorted this evening by Logan Yoder.
There you go.
This year's first runner-up is Emily Fox. And we are proud to announce the 2018 homecoming queen, who was chosen by the students of the Upper Dauphin Area High School, Miss Leah Lanker.
Way to go, Leah!
I'm not sure, but I think it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, they gave them a, I see. Oh, okay.
Please give a final round of applause to Miss Slanker, the 2018 UDA Homecoming Queen, and her court. The cheerleaders, coaches, and the cheerleading boosters would like to thank the following for their time and generosity in helping to make our homecoming event a huge success. Mr. Williams and the UDA Board of Directors, the Upper Dauphin Student Council, Ms. Schell, the head cheer coach, Mr. Brent Bell, the UDA Athletic Director, Mr. Jared Shade, the high school principal, Ms. Shelley Kasner, Mr. Todd Rupp, Miss Amy Heimbach, Miss Megan Shade, and Miss Ashley Dybert, assistant cheer coaches. For field preparation, Dave Tallhelm and Ed Cooper, UDA Marching Band, and Mrs. Kramer. Don Markle, Chris Paul, Michael Paul, Carla Martz, Carrie and Jean Teeter, Marlon Sowers, Bob Schreffler, John George, and Dave and Ruth Boyer for their beautiful convertibles. Thanks again, everyone, for making this year's night possible.
Way to go, ladies!
Patriotism. There's a word thrown around a lot. It inspires passionate debate and is worn like a badge of honor, and with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. For a word designed to unite, it can also be pretty divisive. You see, there's more to patriotism than flag sequin onesies and rodeos and quadruple cheeseburgers. Patriotism is love for a country, not just pride in it. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's more than just a huge rock full of animals like cougars and eagles, right? It's the people. Do me a favor. Close your eyes for a second. I want to try something out. Picture the average U.S. citizen. Think about it. How old are they? What's their hair like? How much can they bench? You got one? Okay. So chances are, the person you're picturing right now looks a little different the real average American. There are 319 million U.S. citizens. 51% are female. So first off, the average American is a woman. Cool, huh? Is that what you pictured? 54 million are Latino, 40 million senior citizens, 27 million are disabled, 18 million are Asian. That's more people in the U.S. than play football and baseball combined. 9 million are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, more than the entire amount of people that live in the state of Virginia. Around 10 million are redhead, 5.1 million play ultimate frisbee, and 3.5 million are Muslim. Triple the number of people currently serving in the United States military. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. We know that labels don't devalue us, they help define us, keeping us dialed into our cultures and our beliefs and who we are as Americans. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? I mean, it's stitched into the stars and stripes of this country, from the Constitution to Gettysburg, to our motto, E pluribus unum, from many, one. It's even in our country's name, the United States. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? So let's try this one more time. Close your eyes. Picture the average Joe or Joan or Juan or Jean-Luc. The real people who make America, America. And this year, whenever you feel the urge to don those star-spangled shorts, set off fireworks the size of my biceps to show love for our country, remember that to love America is to love all Americans. because love has no labels.
Are you a visual storyteller? The Cal Times and CUTV is looking for students with an interest in expanding their skills in photography and videography. We call it visual journalism, and we're here to offer you opportunities to learn how to shoot and edit from a wide range of events at California University of Pennsylvania. Our focus is on local coverage of sports and news events from campus and around the region. We provide on-site training as we help you develop your skills as a visual multimedia storyteller for the Cal Times newspaper and CUTV News Center. To learn more about visual journalism opportunities and join our team, visit our media production facility in the Natali Student Center or email the Cal Times at caltimes@calu.edu.
The Student Association Incorporated, or SAI, has been serving California University's student body since 1937. SAI is owned and operated by the students, which means every student has a voice in the corporation. Over 100 clubs and organizations are funded through student activities fees. These clubs and organizations cover a wide variety of interests from academic, arts, media communications, faith, politics, service, sports, recreation, and much more. If you don't find a club you like, you can start your own by finding 20 like-minded students. The opportunities are endless. The Student Association is directed by a board of directors made up of undergraduate and graduate students, alumni, and retired faculty. In addition to clubs and activities, the Student Association owns 2 areas for recreation that total close to 200 acres, Roadman Park and the SAI Farm. Roadman Park hosts club sports such as men's and women's rugby and the club baseball team. A variety of intramural sports are hosted at Roadman Park as well. The Vulcan tennis team plays its home matches at its facility, and a baseball field serves as home to the club baseball team and a practice field for the varsity team. The SAI Farm offers many different recreation and meeting opportunities. The renovated farmhouse, which dates back to the 1790s, has space for meetings and banquets.
Welcome back here to
A
the
picnic
second half of
pavilion seats
action
up to
for
128
CUTV High School
people and is
football
equipped with
game of the
restrooms,
week
playground, horseshoe pit.
between the Indians of Millersburg and the Trojans of Upper Dauphin.
Number 20, Mason Weiss.
Great atmosphere here as the homecoming court is being circulated around the track on numerous fancy cars. Hopefully they don't get hit by a football.
Beautiful cars, and there's one red one. I mean, I know we were talking about it before, but a red Corvette right in front of us, and that has my name on it, Colin.
Oh, as long as I can ride shotgun, they can have your name on it here as the kickoff is underway and our second half is ready to roll here. Millersburg returner running towards the near side of the field, running out of space and coming down to a halt around the 36-yard line.
And Duke Bolton on that one. Great field position to start this second half of action. Long first half, as it is already 9 o'clock here tonight. But both teams just working down the field. It seemed like both sides came out firing on all cylinders and lighting up the scoreboard, as now there is 65 combined points here tonight.
A lot of points indeed here as Millersburg looks to find their way back into this ball game via a second half of the ages. It all starts here. Aiden Harmon, the quarterback for the Indians, hands it off to Chance Crawford, who is immediately brought down close to the line of scrimmage.
And nothing doing on that play as Brennan McAllister came in, broke that play up. Chance Crawford was gaining some momentum here in that first half. In the second half, looks like Upper Dauphin has the answer to the run game.
Answer to the run game, but the passing game perhaps remains to be seen, as we've seen a couple of large passing plays from the Indians here as Harmon's right back to work once again, but he is avoiding a lot of pressure from the Trojans. He's going to throw this one down the field, and I believe that's going to be an interception. Not sure if he stepped out of bounds.
Wow.
Trojans think they have it.
Yeah, they do have it as the signal is on the field. Huge interception right there as Aiden Harmon is just kind of standing there as he's going to play defense now, but the turn of events giving Upper Dauphin the football right back.
Tough to see as it was on the far side of the field for us, but ultimately it will be ruled as an interception, and the Trojans will immediately take the ball right back.
And it looks like yet again, Colin, we're not seeing much of a stir from this crowd, almost as they expect that to happen. A few people funneling out, but now a big run here on the play for Upper Dauphin.
A big run leads to a touchdown here for the Trojans, and what a way to get your second half underway.
It almost caught you off guard as Donnie Gannett gets into the end zone yet again for another score, adding more points to their already large total.
Doing a second to review some statistics here.
Number 15,
luckily, we work in twos. So Danny was able to pick up on that one. Big thanks to you. As the Trojans line up for the extra point, and that one is going to be blocked away. So the score will remain 47-24 here. Stay tuned for more high school football action here on CUTV.
The Millersburg Indians, 24.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Welcome back to CUTV's high school football game of the week. Trojans of Upper Dauphin have just put more points on the board here, adding to their already large lead of 47-24. Colin Kirkwood alongside Danny Beck here, as it's going to be a squib-esque kick here, towed by the Indians and fallen on eventually. Safe method there.
Definitely a safe method. That's not the first time that Millersburg had to just fall on the football to start their drive. Speaking about driving, still making a victory lap around the track, excuse me, Colin. Got all those homecoming lads still out there on the track.
Some of these rides are just fantastic. You were able to see a little bit of them before the end of the halftime festivities here as I hopped onto the director board. Next man up, if you will, as there'll be a flag on the first play of the drive for the Indians here. It's going to be a false start on Millersburg. So they will back up and try this drive again.
Try to get this drive off the ground. A little interception on that last play. Aiden Harmon now just trying to stay in this contest, keep a level head, and stay focused on picking up some much-needed points, get back into this game as now they find themselves down by 17.
A couple of shifts on the defensive line for Upper Dauphin as Harmon tosses this one off to the far side here to his receiver, and he will be brought down in the backfield.
Actually, let me just revise that. Make sure I don't sound off. 23 points, so a little bit off. 17, 23, same thing. We're not math majors.
We are not math majors indeed, as we go to school for communications.
Which will bring up a second down and 15.
But nonetheless, we are communicating this game here to you tonight. So I'd like to think we're doing a pretty good job at that. Here is the 2nd and 12 play for the Indians. Harmon now feeling the pressure is going to go ahead and keep this one, scramble around, and be brought down from behind right back at the original mark.
The ball almost popped out on that one.
Gain of about 2.
Luckily, gathers the football.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 8.
3rd and 8 here for the Indians. Looking to keep this drive alive. Here is the play now for Harmon. Harmon's going to let this one fly, and he's got some separation. Big throwing play once again for the Indians.
Huge catch yet again. Logan Marshall putting his hands up, picking the ball out of the air. Huge gain on that one. That's something that Millersburg really needed, as that drive almost seemed to stall out a little bit. Big rush there from Upper Dauphin, but Harmon just stays in the pocket, calm and collected, and rifles the pass downfield.
Great play there to keep this drive moving. Now looking to add some points to the board here. 9:09 and rolling here in the 3rd quarter of action on our high school football game of the week. Harmon now has this one in the backfield, feels the pressure once again, slings it across the middle, and a great completion, and we're going to have another first down for the Indians.
And great form tackle as well from number 24. That is Jake Ramberger for the Trojans. Just line him up and set him down. Good play there yet again by Duke Bolton.
Indians now in the red zone here, looking to increase their total. Here now is Harmon. Harmon shakes off one man, goes across the middle, and that's going to be brought down for an Indians touchdown. How about that?
Aiden Harmon staying in the pocket yet again, finding Logan Marshall. Marshall just putting his hands up. I mentioned picking the ball out of the air the last time, but that one, true to his name, just picking the ball out of the air and getting into the touchdown this time, getting to the end zone.
Great play there, really reaching up to the top shelf on that one. Millersburg hanging around now. Going for 2 to perhaps increase their chances here. Harmon has this one rolling to the near side of the field, and he's got the 2-point conversion there. It's been a while since we've seen one of those.
Duke Bolton for the 2-point conversion.
Duke Bolton reels in that one.
In the 3rd quarter. Your score,
so now the score is 47-32 in favor of the Upper Dauphin Trojans. Stick with us here for more action on CUTV.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
We are live here once again at Trojan Stadium here, Veterans Memorial Field from Elizabethville, Pennsylvania, for the high school football game of the week, as this kickoff is sneered right near midfield. You don't see that every day. Is that one great field position?
Extremely good field position, and if you are Millersburg, you don't want to give Upper Dauphin this good field position because of the fact that they're scoring, they're working the ball down the field on all cylinders.
Gain of about 2 on the run back.
The fireworks have not stopped here this Friday night. Plenty of points on the board, so if you like scoring, this is the matchup for you.
It definitely is the match for you, and if you like football, this is a great atmosphere as those homecoming festivities are still working just like Upper Dauphin's offenses. As they've been going around, we're guesstimating probably around 6 times.
At least so far here. Handoff for the Trojans, rather a fake. Looking down the field now, rolling off, and a dump off here on the near side of the field. Pushed out of bounds by a host of Indians.
There's his pass complete for number 24, Jake Ramberger.
Jake Ramberger, the one receiving that one, as there's a flag on the field.
It's right at about the 45-yard line. Unsure of exactly. It's actually going to be on Upper Dauphin. Get the call for you here in just a second. Maybe too many men on the field. I was positive on that one. Unsure if I didn't see anybody come off the field at the last second, though.
Either way, offense is back in action. Ayers is going to go for the handoff up the middle, and a lot of room to run here for the Trojans as they continue to find great success with that handoff up the middle.
On that one, Millersburg just trying to get low. Big run there from Donnie Gaynett, the senior captain, has bowled right over the Indians and picked up a big first down.
Big first down indeed here. Working their way into Indian territory once again. Indian territory, that's a loaded statement.
It really is.
Either way, here is the handoff once again up the middle, and the Indians have snuffed out that one and promptly sit down that rusher.
Defending their territory, as you just mentioned there. Gannett running right up the middle of the field. Indians breaking out their tomahawks and saying no sir on the run.
Gotta love that indeed. .704 and rolling here in this third quarter of action. High scoring affair if you're just joining us. Here's a handoff once again, working up the middle and finding decent success are the Trojans.
Number 24, Jake Ramberger on the carry.
Jake Ramberger rushing that one.
That odd formation for the Trojans. They just come out in that set with 3. It almost looks like 2 wide receivers on either side. I believe that's a T set. They're coming out, and that gives them so many options to pick at the last second who they're going to run the ball with. Really taking Millersburg off guard.
Once again, moving down the field here are the Trojans and finding yards in bunches here in this third quarter.
And Gannett just running through yet again. This running attack for the Trojans, we were talking about it in that first half of play. It seemed like Millersburg was running the ball pretty well. They were getting some decent gains on the run, and now it's switched over to the Trojans, and the Indians are now working in the passing game, so kind of switching the playbooks around for either side.
Ball lost in translation there, but ends up being a minimal gain up the middle here. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving post whistle.
Yeah, both teams just trying to gain some confidence, gain the ball back for their team. And either side, really in this second half, pretty even. Upper Dauphin, that big turnover, kind of switched the confidence over to the Trojans, but right now, both sides fighting for possession.
2nd and 10 for Upper Dauphin now. Man in motion for Ayers. Ayers is going to hand it off up the middle once again, working his way up the field, more short of the goal line.
About a yard short, so not much, but Gannett he's just a north and south runner, true to his name and just pushing forward, getting those linemen out of his way. It almost seems like he's pushing the linemen towards where he wants to go, just kind of utilizing their big bodies out there on the field, getting some Indians in the process, but Gannett just trying to help his Trojans team.
Here's Ayers on 1st and goal, and he's going to keep the option, and he will find his way into the end zone as we are still trying to sort out this option.
Yeah, I believe Ayers got in. I mean, from our vantage point, we're kind of at a disadvantage. I mean, call it a disadvantage point. But, you know, we can see a little bit, but these trickery, these plays, they're faking us out even. So another big score now past the 50 mark.
And up and good is the extra point here. Score now, it's a big one, 54-32 in favor of the Trojans. Stay tuned for the rest of the action here on CUTV.
Mrs. and Mrs. Jimmy at the debut.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Welcome back here to CUTV's high school football game of the week between the Trojans and the Indians here. Colin Kirkwood alongside Daniel Beck, bringing you an offensive juggernaut of a football game as there's another sneer right near the 50-yard line. That's 2-in-1 game.
Stoner's kick.
Play there from Jaden Green. 6'1", 230 pounds, big body, just smack that one down to the grass. That's where they're going to start their next possession. Switching out balls now with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left before the fourth quarter begins.
Millersburg looking to continue the offensive explosion. Aiden Harmon with Chance Crawford to his left. Harmon now is going to throw this one, and he misses his target across the middle, incomplete.
Harmon's pass incomplete. Intended for number 12, Logan Marshall.
Normally this passing game for the Indians working. It looks like this drive, the Trojans are just trying to draw up an answer.
Harmon communicating with the troops here. 4:47 remaining in the third quarter of action. Here's Harmon now rolling to the far side of the field. Gives it a toss and misses his receiver who dove for that one.
And that was Logan Marshall, yet again one of his favorite receivers here tonight for Harmon. A few scores his way and a few big plays through the passing game. Through the air tonight, it seems like Harmon is relatively accurate. Only overthrew a few of his receivers, but staying accurate and staying poised back there in the pocket.
Relaying over to the sideline is Harmon. He's ready on this 3rd and 10 now, looking to get his team a fresh set of downs to work with. Harmon feeling the pressure, rolling out once again, sending it down the field, and great catch there by Logan Marshall.
Logan Marshall very patient on that catch as well. He has 2 defenders on his back, but Marshall just catching the ball at its highest point. He's one of those players out there on the field, an obvious target at 6 feet tall. Basically put his hands up and pick the ball out of the air.
Yeah, great catch there. Fresh set of downs for Millersburg. The Upper Dauphin band getting into it here once again. Here's Harmon. Harmon dodges some pressure, barely almost sees it, and almost throws an interception, but is incomplete.
And on that one, you can see Dalton Boyer
broken up by Upper Dolphins number 3, Dalton Boyer,
trying to put his hands on the football football and get that ball back for the Trojans, just out of his reach.
As Danny is on moth control here this Friday night. Very big moth.
Fending it off with the Trojan sword.
He is on top of his game here today. Harmon communicating with the team once again. Here he is. He's moving away from the pressure, and it has been evident, and it has been tough for the Indians to deal with here in this third quarter, Danny.
It really is tough for them to deal with just because of this defensive line for the Trojans. They're just bursting right through and getting in the face of Aiden Harmon, and it's not really allowing him to get to work at all.
Third and 17 for Millersburg now. .322 and moving. Here's Harmon. Pressure once again all over the Indians, and he has no choice but to option this one off. Different look here. Chance Crawford.
Actually, Duke Bolton. Bolton now coming up a little bit slow. Good hit on that one for Upper Dauphin. Hopefully he bounces back up. But Colin, yeah, there's that defensive line yet again in the face of Aiden Harmon. Harmon pushed back and just has to do a little bit of a shuffle pass over to Bolton. And Bolton pushes up the field and gets torn down.
A lot of pressure here for this defensive line.
That sideline cam, you can see that shot. Now brought to you by Devin Jarina out there on the sideline.
We made the switch.
Halftime switch is very seamless. You can't even tell the difference between those two shots because of the fact that it's hard-working crew always pushing it out. 9 members of our crew here this weekend making the trip to Elizabethville and Kutztown, PA.
There on your screen you see a nice shot in our social media. Once again, do me a favor and give us a follow on our Twitter page at CUTV_PA. I do a lot with the Twitter, Dylan and I, and I would love it if you'd give us a follow.
And also our YouTube page, you can subscribe there on CUTV Sports 1 as well as CUTV News Center. News Center has not picked up yet. It starts on Thursday, September 13th, so stay tuned to both of those YouTube channels. We post a lot of juicy stuff on there, high school roundup, all of our replays of both Vulcan football as well as women's soccer, men's soccer. Also our high school games. If you're listening to this, you know, just check back in every once in a while and you might see your face on there or your number on those Friday night lights.
That's right, and we did have one of our plays from camera 3 picked up by Max Preps, and it made the national top 10.
So quite a few other Twitter sites, Overtime naming one of them.
Here's the punt from Logan Troutman as it will bounce down around the 10-yard line for the Trojans and be stopped at the 11. But yeah, Danny, being picked up by Max Preps for the national top 10 on that one-handed interception from Bentworth.
Yeah, it's a heck of a play, and I'm glad that that one was picked up just due to the fact that, you know, those young men came out strong in that contest with Brownsville and Bentworth. That was the first game that we were covering for CUTV, the Week 0 matchup. Obviously, last week we did not have a game as we were coming back from Columbus, Ohio, kind of in that transition period. Sleep a little bit more, some more rest, and then we did cover men's soccer on Saturday. So this is first time in quite some time that we are covering high school football again. But yeah, just a great effort, and what a play to be picked up.
Here's Ayers on the handoff, moving down the far side of the field, and a lot of room to run here. He's only got one man to beat, stretching the whole field. It's a track race now. Will anybody catch up to him? Let's find out. I don't believe they will, and that is a touchdown for the Trojans. What a foot race.
Huge foot race there, a 90-yard touchdown. Colin with Jake Ramberger flying past all of the Indians, getting to another touchdown. Now we eclipse the 60-point mark. Colin, and being beat this bad, you're just trying to get back into this contest any way you possibly can. You cannot do that, especially if you're the Indians.
Needing to find any kind of offense they can when they get back on the offensive side of the football is Millersburg, but nonetheless, we will have the extra point attempt once again from the Trojans. 92 points have been scored in this ball game so far, as we have an injured Indian on the far sideline near the goal.
It looks like he is scooting off the field. All of the Indians are taking a knee down there, but you see on your screen a sideline for the Trojans, and the Trojans just came out strong. We knew that they were going to come out strong, but 41 points scored in the first half is quite a performance. Millersburg equally impressive in that first half, both teams going on runs of their own. A 12-point unanswered swing, and then quickly answered with a few scores of their own for Upper Dauphin.
He has made his way off the field so the extra point can commence. Play is ready. Here it is. It's a fake as the snap might have been dropped there. Throwing it towards the end zone, and no good on that toss as the planned or unplanned two-point conversion fails regardless. The score now reads 60 points for the Upper Dauphin Trojans and 32 for the Millersburg Indians. Continue to join us here for high school football coverage on CUTV.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Welcome back here to get a great view of this kickoff rolling towards the end zone for the Indians here. It will be fielded near the goal line and will be brought out. Dodging a couple of tacklers is the Indians' return man, still making his way up the field more. Cut back for a little bit and continues to roll and is finally brought down at their own 40-yard line.
Good return there. It looked like they were making some space.
Back to the Millersburg 40.
Brought down by Upper Dauphin, though. So now we're going to keep extending these points. Colin, 92 points scored here tonight. And we knew that this was going to be a very high-scoring affair between both of these intense rivals. But you didn't really prepare me enough for this.
I did tell you it was going to be an interesting matchup, but I don't think you expected this many points on the board.
Definitely not in the third quarter. A minute and 47 left. Both of these teams, a very, very high-scoring affair.
I didn't even expect this many points on the board. But it sure has been entertaining nonetheless as Aiden Harmon hands this one off up the middle, and Chance Crawford is brought down.
Yeah, Crawford on that one. You can see a hole open wide right outside the tackles. Tackles just spreading out that defensive line for the Trojans, only picking up about a gain of 1 on the play. They're actually, and there it is, marked a gain of 1, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 indeed. Here, clock just about to hit zeros for the third quarter, as is now a minute and 10 remaining. Here is Harmon. Harmon looks the close one and throws an interception right here, and I don't believe there's going to be anyone that's going to get in his way. Touchdown, Trojans.
Huge touchdown there, and Aiden Harmon is saying that he stepped out. It's about the 10-yard line, but the referee not mentioning anything, as Donnie Gannett, used to see him scoring in the run game, but here, interception and more points on the board for Upper Dauphin.
We'll see what they plan to do here. 66 points. When was the last time you saw that in a ball game?
Quite some time there, Colin. I haven't seen this high-scoring game in a very long time. We're going to see if they stretch it to break 100, and they won't.
Here is the extra point, and that one is up and good. So the final, not the final score, the score line rather reads 67-32 in favor of the Trojans. Keep with us here, folks, for more high school football action on CU TV.
High school football is back on CU TV. Brownsville versus Bentworth. Upper Dauphin versus Millersburg. Charleroi versus Fraser. California versus Washington. Bell Vernon versus Greensburg-Salem. Elizabeth Ford versus North Catholic. Carmichaels versus Union. Ringgold versus West Mifflin. Beth Center versus Fraser. Catch all the action on your home for high school football. CU TV, California University Television.
Welcome back here to Trojan Stadium in Elizabethville, Pennsylvania for our high school football game of the week. Ball once again falling off the tee.
Yeah, this wind up here, I don't know if it's the mountains or what's getting it to you. You have been like blowing down there, kind of pushing the ball off the tee. I don't know if that's a joke or what there, Colin.
Whatever it was, I like it. Either way, here's the kickoff line drive, captured immediately, and will now push towards the near side is Duke Bolton. Duke Bolton moving up the field. He's doing a great job running this one, and takes quite a tumble right there. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he definitely did, and Bolton hitting his head off the bench, and eventually the water cooler as well. All the ice spills out, but Bolton looks to be okay.
That's what helmets are for.
I don't know if that was planned either. It looked like they were just tangled up, and it was a personal foul. A late hit against Upper Dauphin, but I don't know if that was intended. Nonetheless, you just got to protect the players out there on the field no matter what.
We hope that's not intended. But either way, personal foul and fresh set of downs for Millersburg.
Both of these teams, good sports out here tonight. Not seeing any hostility from Millersburg as they stayed in this contest in the entire first half for what it seems like. And then the second half, the floodgates opened up for Upper Dauphin.
45 seconds left even on the dot in this third quarter of action here. Believe a timeout by the Trojans here, Danny?
Yeah, a little miscommunication. Like they were just trying to get back to the football and run a play, but Millersburg now trying to draw something up. We've got a score update in a little bit.
Sudden cardiac arrest is the leading killer of student athletes in the United States each year. District 3 and the Peyton Walker Foundation have partnered to make SCA
still working our way down here as Devin is now getting the on-field camera view of us. Hey Devin, how you doing down there? You're doing a great job as always. Want to thank everybody on the crew here for this marathon weekend that we have going on here. In addition to this, we will wake up and do it all again tomorrow at noon from Kutztown, Pennsylvania for the matchup of the California Vulcans and the Kutztown Golden Bears. So we will do it all once again. Millersburg getting set here. Everyone adjusting to the play on the field here. Head coach Aaron Wright keeping his squad calm, cool, and collected here. Trips to the near side. Harmer dropping back to throw. Once again having to roll out due to pressure, and he's going to go ahead and hold on to this one and do a long bomb, and it finds its way out of bounds, and there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, in this situation, quarterback running to the outside, you might see a little bit of grabbing. Like illegal lineman downfield, an eligible receiver downfield, you might hear it called most normally. So they're going to be backing up a little bit. But as I mentioned, in that situation, you might see a lineman get a little bit greedy and try to grab on a jersey of the defense, try to keep your quarterback out of harm, out of harming, you might say.
Well done. Well done indeed. The teacher becomes the student as Harmon takes this one right across and misses his diving receiver here as the third quarter has expired. 1 quarter of action remains here in CUTV's debut for District 3 high school football, and we hope you stay here with us for it. Stay tuned here on CUTV. Welcome everybody back to the fourth quarter of action here in CUTV's high school football game of the week between the Indians of Millersburg and the Trojans of Upper Dauphin. Colin Kirkwood is my name, Danny Beck alongside of me, and we've been working hard to bring this game to you. Along with everybody on our crew, Stephen Ruffing, the director, Devin Harena on camera on the sideline, as well as Dylan Goday on the sideline cam as well. A couple of new members, Kermit and Doug, giving us fantastic work, and Tristan Bartolomucci. Thank you to all of them for working hard, as well as Gary Smith, as Aiden Harmon is just going to throw this one down the field, and he has another touchdown. Put it right in the pocket. It's like he's playing a carnival game of accuracy.
Kyle Kastner, huge play there, and Aiden Harmon is just picking his targets out. I was talking about having a hard time for some highlights, but right there, Harmon flexing his muscle and just picking out his target and knocking him down.
Playing a carnival game of accuracy here. Kind of reminds me of, I guess you could say, that game where you knock down the milk jugs with the baseball. Or I guess there are football throwing games at carnival. But either way, we've got a 2-point conversion here as that one is in the end zone, and I do believe it was caught, and it is. 2-point conversion for the Indians here, and the scoring is not done yet. And we've still got 11 minutes remaining. Our score now, 67-40. Stick around for the rest of the action here on CUTV.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at with this little face. How could you not love him?
Greetings, friends. Welcome back to this edition of high school football on CUTV as Millersburg tees this one up and it rolls towards the near sideline here. It is received by the Trojans, cutting back down the field and looking for a lot more here is this Trojans return man. Still on his feet here, swinging out of a few tackles, and I do believe we will be getting a penalty flag on that bring down.
And Ramberger just broke the ankles of number 4, Caden Feaster, I believe.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
But there was a flag, as you mentioned, Colin.
Not sure if
Personal foul against the Trojans on the play.
Upper Dauphin personal foul here.
They will start 1st and 10.
So that will push them far back into their own territory here as they will now take the ball in their own 25. We've got a little bit of a quick opportunity here. Just want to give a shout out to another shout out as we've been awarding shout outs left and right here today. Big thanks from the crew and Gary goes out to my mom, Nancy Kirkwood, and Karen Welsh for doing a fantastic job of supplying us with a nice little treat box for when we hit the road here.
As always, they're hooking us up and can't thank them enough.
We have an interesting tidbit here as Ayers takes this one. Fake run here, working up the field, and once again making big plays happen up the middle of the field, Danny.
Huge plays for Upper Dauphin. That one, new runner in there, Aiden Wiest. We saw his,
number 21, Aiden Wiest on the
I don't want to say anything about brother, but Mason Wiest. Not sure, same name, likely brothers out there.
Either way, if you've stuck with us to this point, you are witnessing history, as this is an all-time record for CUTV Game of the Week for points scored. As another first down is awarded to Upper Dauphin.
Don't expect anything else, as tonight, if you're sticking around, you are sticking this one out likely till the end.
We've officially broken the 100-point threshold here.
Now 107 points, so healthily broke it.
Handoff up the middle is promptly dealt with.
Gain of about 2. Brings up 2nd down and 8.
Clock is rolling. 9:38 remaining in this special District 3 edition of CUTV Game of the Week. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans. 2nd and 9, rather. Ayers hands this one off the middle, up again, and it's bounced off a couple of tacklers here, and the Trojans have themselves a first down and a lot more. It takes a host of Indians to bring down that runner.
Number 24, Jake Ramberger on the carry.
Jake Ramberger
12.
working up the field there.
Picks up a first down.
Clock continues to roll here.
As you mentioned it, Colin, I believe there is a running clock. Now with 27 points up, Upper Dauphin still with the football.
Here is another running play up the middle once again, and not finding much success there.
Both these teams, it looks like just trying to run the clock out. Big plays from Millersburg. A big pass from Aiden Harmon over to Kyle Kastner, but at this point, now with 8 minutes and 12 seconds left to score 27 unanswered points, plus there'll be a feat of a miracle.
Here's a handoff once again up the middle, working towards the end zone, and I believe we have another touchdown on the board. We do indeed, another rushing touchdown for the Trojans.
And the Trojans just keep adding this on, insult to injury. That's 73 points now, Colin. And just pouring it on here tonight, showing out on homecoming.
At what point you have to wonder if this will become a little bit personal in a rivalry matchup like this one.
I was just talking about that. You know, now at this point, Millersburg just trying to slow Upper Dauphin down.
Extra point is low on the attempt, but it is good. Score now in this game, Upper Dauphin 74, yes, that is correct, 74 to Millersburg's 40. Stay tuned for the final 7:57 in this one on CUTV.
Mrs. and Mrs. Jimmy at the debut.
I came from 5 generations of teachers. Losing my job was the bottom falling out of my world.
Welcome back to CUTV's High School Football Game of the Week. Fourth quarter of action here, as there is a lot of action here tonight. Offensive, spectacular to say the least. Low kick is knocked around, bounced around, and finally fielded by the Indians here, working up the far sideline of the field this time. And I do believe we might have one man to beat here. He's got one man breaking it down the field is Duke Bolton. No one's going to catch him here. Touchdown with a burst of speed.
And Duke Bolton into the end zone. No flags on the field. Actually, pause that. Referee at midfield. It looks like he's putting a flag away. A signal is good, so touchdown Duke Bolton. A kick return for a score. Nope. Just like I said that.
Oh, nope, there's the flag now.
And it is a personal foul on Millersburg, so erase that. Actually, the touchdown still counts.
And it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
I don't know when. Maybe it was after the play was already over. It missed the dead ball foul, but the touchdown will count. And just push back a little bit more. So it's just like going at the 20-yard line. So a little bit more room to work with than they would have liked, but points still added to the board.
And they will indeed go for 2 here once again. Here is Aiden Harmon. He's going to throw this one. Nice touch pass into the end zone, and 2 more points for Millersburg, as when it rains, it pours, folks. The score now reads 74 to 48. 7:39 remaining in this contest here. What will happen next? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to this small touched kickoff here as it rolls around just past the 50-yard line. Not sure who will come up with this one.
It's like Millersburg will. Onside kick going in their favor.
Onside kick, recovered by the Indians.
Hey, why not? Break out all the stops here.
More highlights to cut, so.
Yes, so the running punchline now is that Danny needs to break this entire game into about 10 to 15 seconds worth of a package on Tuesday.
It'll be more than that.
What, 30 you think?
No, probably a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That's normally what we do for the highlights, but still, even that is a...
It's going to be a tall task.
Insurmountable feat, it seems like, for me, but we'll find out what happens. Stay tuned because, you know, we might have some late night footage of me having to do that on Monday night. Might post that on Facebook.
It'll be under Dylan's Hot Take. Dylan's Hot Take. Danny can't decide which highlights he wants to put into his package. But you think that's bad. CUTV grad Anthony D'Agostino, who currently works for CBS 21, needs to sit through this entire game, and he needs to get this into a 15-second highlight package.
Yeah, that is an insurmountable feat. I don't know when he's going to get this. One, because of the time. It's already 9:52 here in Elizabethville. He's back in Harrisburg watching this game, likely live, so he's going to have to, you know, cut those down quite a bit. But RIP to Anthony D'Agostino.
Still, 48 points is definitely nothing to be shameful of.
Definitely not, especially when you're going up against a conference rival on homecoming for the home team. Putting out 48 points is nothing to hang your head on, like you mentioned.
Millersburg is back on offense once again. Aiden Harmon here has the ball. He sends it deep downfield. Will we have another home run ball? We will not, as this one falls incomplete. And I do believe Logan Marshall might be cramping up.
Yeah, Logan Marshall, he's been the target of a lot of passes here tonight for both sides, but nonetheless, we're going to see if Harmon can keep this up down the field. And a running clock, like we mentioned, an incomplete pass, but that doesn't mean that the clock stops now. The mercy rule in effect.
That's right here. Important to note, Danny. Time tracking away here. Trekking away, tracking away, ticking away. That sounds more like it. Here is Aiden Harmon. He has this one. He's going to step up. He's calling out his man here. Perhaps might have overthrew him just a little bit.
Yeah, and Harmon on that one, a late throw. Looked like he was trying to just push the ball just too far for the intended receiver on that one, the intended Indian.
Third and 10 now for Millersburg. .545 moves the clock. Here is Harmon now, as the Trojan cheerleaders asks where the party is. Quick slant over the middle here. Once again, will we have more points on the board? Another track race. One man to beat, dodges the foot tackle, and I do believe that we have another touchdown.
Another score, another highlight here as Millersburg getting back on the scoreboard. Big number 8, Logan Troutman, and all of these fans in attendance here now. They're in for a show. I don't think anybody thought that there would be this many fireworks here tonight.
If we would have known that there would be this many fireworks, we would have brought some lawn chairs and a nice bowl of macaroni and cheese. Everybody loves that at their 4th of July cookout. Going for 2 once again is Millersburg. Here is the slant throw, and it will be no good, but there will be a flag on the play here.
Hayden's pass falls incomplete.
Waiting to get the result of this flag here.
Against the Trojans.
Believe that will be a penalty on the Trojans. Awaiting the result of this attempted two-point conversion here, as the last one was negated due to an Upper Dauphin penalty. Here is Harmon. He's rolling out with this one, looking to find a target in the end zone, and that is good. So another two-point conversion goes on the board here, and the points continue to grow. This is some kind of record. Well, it is a record. We know it's a record now. Danny, what's going through your mind right now?
130 points is scored between the two teams here tonight. And you were talking about, before, you just were guesstimating. With 26 points scored in the first contest, you thought maybe this wasn't done in quite some time, but Colin,
I came
56
from 5
points?
generations of teachers.
Has that been a total for the entire season?
They actually have eclipsed their season point total to date, as they put 26 up on Nativity BVM in week 1, and it was 8 points against Pine Grove. I remember correctly, yeah.
Last week's total, yes.
Yes, 8 points on Pine Grove and 26 against Nativity BVM. So yes, they have indeed. And take a look over there at the sideline for Millersburg, Danny. They have to do jumping jacks to the Millersburg cheerleaders for every point scored. So they are getting their workout in today. That is 56.
And you're talking about, jumping jacks. My high school, they do push-ups.
They'll still be doing jumping jacks by the time we leave here in the truck at the end of the game. Here is the return for the Trojans. Breaking this one. Are we going to have a return for the ages? We will not, as this one is promptly dealt with.
It was promptly dealt with, and now we're seeing a little bit of bad blood between both of these teams. Bit of a argument after that play, but you got to expect that when you got scored on 74 points and 56 on the other side. Both of these teams, I don't really think we're either expecting this.
5:02 remains on the clock here in this one. We hope you've enjoyed this fantastic game of the week, because it has been quite a fun time for us here. As we said, breaking records left and right. And
Timeout Millersburg.
Millersburg will be taking a timeout here.
Scratching your head a little bit. I don't know. I am Colin up here. Down by 18. Maybe just trying to draw something up.
Dylan's back on camera 3 now. Interesting to see. Was not sure that there was a switch in the crew. But nonetheless, there has been a switch. Once again, you see our social media.
Just plugging social media once again. CUTV Sports 1, CUTV News Center. Plugging them. That's how you're watching here tonight. And that's likely how Devin's girlfriend is talking to him on the phone right now, down on the sideline, and she's watching the game there with my girlfriend, actually, Colin.
Fun fact to know that here as the Trojan runs his way up the field once again, and he has a first down and a little bit more.
Switching out on camera, I think he's back up there, but... And now I believe the Millersburg cheerleaders are stopped.
I think they finally finished their jumping jacks from earlier now.
Jumping jacks are finished. They are getting their workout, though. I would hate to be a cheerleader over there. I don't think that they can do push-ups just because of the fact that they're on the gravel.
Here's a handoff once again. Double option on the handoff here towards the far side of the field and brought down. Thought I saw the ball pop out, but I think I was wrong.
Yeah, he came down pretty hard on that one. That was number 10, David Johnson. The big name to fill, Arizona Cardinals running back.
Tyler Cleveland is now at quarterback for the Trojans.
Cleveland is on the list as a quarterback and defensive back, so
here is Cleveland with the handoff now as that one is promptly dealt with, but I do believe that will be another first down for the Trojans. 3:30 remains. I am absolutely stunned by the amount of points we have seen here tonight. Once again, it's another handoff up the middle for the Trojans, and that one will be a minimal gain of 3 to 4 yards. Clock continues to roll as mercy rule is in effect.
Been for quite some time as well.
Upper Dauphin now back to the line of scrimmage here after talking over the game plan. Running the ball once again up the middle of the field and dodging quite a few Indians there and finding a lot of space to run that football.
Not to switch up this mood, Colin, but just going back, John Lennon, actually, when he died, it was announced on Monday Night Football. And here today, we found out that Mac Miller passed away earlier in overdose in California. So I'm not really breaking it here on CUTV, but rest in peace to Mac Miller. I know he was a big part of our childhoods, but sad to see him go.
We did listen to a lot of Mac Miller. Don't you have a Mac Miller sticker on your fridge?
I do have a Mac Miller sticker on my fridge. He had a big impact. He was one of those rappers that, he's a Jewish rapper, being myself.
I actually was not aware of that.
I'm Jewish, yeah. So he talked about that a little bit in his songs, but just sad to see him go the way he did, at least. 26 years old as well.
Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, but nonetheless, what a visit we've had tonight from my good friend Pistol Pete. Just now realized I never once mentioned that he had come to visit us here tonight, but Pistol Pete paid us a visit in a big way here this evening. As the clock is just about to hit below 1 minute here. Of course, that's Anthony D'Agostino's favorite reference, Pistol Pete. He will never let me forget that was his favorite, and hopefully he somehow manages to see this. As we have another run play up the middle here, and another first down as the clock is now under 1 minute in this one.
130 points, barring
another addition to the scoreboard here, which I'm not going to rule out.
I do not think so. The play clock is down to 20 seconds, so it looks like they're just... Actually, no, they were in the victory formation, but they're going to run the ball, obviously, out of that set. Pushing over to the left side now.
Very close to another touchdown run there, but that one is out of bounds near the 5-yard line.
I don't know, Colin, this one might be close.
They'll line up once again here. Will they get a buzzer beater play off here? I don't think they will. And that will bring the end of this ball game around as your final score from CUTV's high school football game of the week. The Upper Dauphin Trojans 74, the Millersburg Indians 56. And I know you're not going to be able to fit all of them into one sentence, Danny, but final thoughts.
Actually, I will.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, yes. I like that.
Wow.
Wow. That's good. I didn't even think about that. But nonetheless, what a fantastic game.
It was a fantastic game. Both of these teams came out strong You know, we really didn't, coming into this contest, Millersburg 0-2. We thought coming up against what seems like on paper superior Upper Dauphin team. Both teams fought hard in this game. Homecoming for Upper Dauphin. What a better way to celebrate homecoming with a 74-56 win. But that's all we have here from Elizabethville, PA.
Yep, that is all we have indeed here. Want to say a big thanks to our crew, Director Stephen Ruffing, camera operators, Gary Smith, our producer, director, and for Danny Beck, I'm Colin Kirkwood. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed. Enjoy your evening.